have been getting your excited messages about all of the wintry precipitation that is happening across the area. There's really not much of it. There's enough to kind of cover portions of Ellis County. Mostly we've been seeing it from Midlothian over to Red Oak to northern parts of Waxahachie. Kind of this pocket here seems to be where I'm getting most of those reports. There are more showers to the south, though. I think we're a little bit warmer down to the south, and most, if not all of this is rain. But don't be surprised if you see a few sleet pellets mixed in with this activity, but for the most part, we're seeing rain from southern Hill County on to southern Ellis County, especially in the Ennis area here, and then northern portions of Navarro County getting most of that. And we'll continue to see more rain kind of push through here, at least for the first half of the day, as the disturbance pushes through to our south. Daytime highs today, we're cool. It's going to be in the mid to upper 40s today. As I mentioned, I think we're a little warmer to the south. So 48 Corsicana. We may get a little bit warmer in Hillsboro. I've got 47 there in Waxahachie and Cleburne. And then cooler tonight, I think, to the areas to the south. And you may think that doesn't really make sense. But as I mentioned yesterday, down to the south, we have a little bit more elevation, which means we also have a little bit more a few more valleys and lower areas, and that's where the cool air tends to kind of congregate and land. So those areas tend to get cooler. You also have more rural areas out here, so it stands to reason that we could get cooler here, but really all of us will be in the low 30s, some of us the upper 20s across the area. So protect those plants, bring the pets in, and you should be good to go. Regional radar, you can see the little specks of rain here and some rain over northern Mexico there. This is all part of a disturbance that's moving through. It's easier to see on water vapor here. So this disturbance continues to slide to the south of us. It's really not going to do a whole lot. There's just going to be a little bit of rain here and there, and it will be out of here by tomorrow. And when we look at the big picture, you can, if you look closely, the radar isn't moving too quickly, but you can still see kind of a rotation here. And of course, we already talked about this disturbance here, but you can see a circulation, and that is still driving our weather. So here is that big circulation that's kind of commanding the weather across the country. We have all the cold air in the northwest that's getting pushed downward through that southeasterly flow, and then we're kind of on the bottom of that, so that is pushing this disturbance across our area. There's another little disturbance over Oklahoma that some people were excited to see a little bit of snow. I'll use air quotes, snow on the radar up there. Most of that's not reaching the ground, right? And it's a pretty weak disturbance. Really, the biggest of the two is the one that's moving to our south today. So this is kind of where we're going to get the cooler air, and we're still on a little bit of a downward trend. We'll warm up a little bit over the next few days, but that's not going to last long. And as we get to the forecast, you will see why. Today, 20% chance of showers. I had PM. I think we might see it increase a little bit in the afternoon as that disturbance gets closer. North winds of 5 to 10 miles per hour. It's cool today with highs in the mid to upper 40s. Then we're down in the low 30s tonight. Tomorrow, sunny, northwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Perhaps a little bit warmer. We will have more sun, but those clear nights let all of that daytime heating lift away. We'll be back in the low 30s. Sunday, we start warming up a little bit. Winds return to the southeast. 30% chance of showers, mostly in the evening time. But you notice we're warmer overnight. Monday, we're in the a little bit cooler in the upper 40s, but not much cooler overnight. We'll have more cloud cover to hold in some of that daytime heating, so we won't get quite as cold. Another cold front comes in Tuesday, and that will bring us down a little bit for Tuesday. Tuesday night, we're right back to freezing territory overnight, and then look at this big change. Wednesday, we're in the upper 40 or upper 30s to around 40 degrees. Wednesday night, though, we dip all the way down into the mid to upper 20s. And then Thursday, we probably don't even get out of the 30s. So this is kind of the leading edge of that big cool down that we're going to see. And that's just a few days before Christmas. Models are still kind of holding on to a pretty good dip right around the Christmas time. Could be a little bit earlier. So it could be the day before Christmas, maybe a couple of days before Christmas, Friday, Saturday, maybe our coolest days. That's still going to kind of waver a little bit. The models will still need time to refine. We're getting outside of that 7-day forecast. So we'll see it kind of wobble and this and that and the other. And then I think by the early parts of next week, we'll get a better idea of what Christmas is going to look like. and it may still change a little bit from there. This is Texas. The forecast changes all the time, but I'll keep an eye on that for you as we continue to get closer to Christmas to see what kind of freeze we're going to have in this area. The good news is that none of the models have that freeze lasting very long. We're not looking at a week and a half long event like we had a couple of Februarys ago. We're not looking at a damaging, catastrophic, electric grid defying system. That's not really what we're looking at. We're looking at just a quick surge of Arctic air, and then we'll rebound to highs in the 40s and 50s on the other side of that, probably the Wednesday or Thursday after Christmas. But for right now, it's cool today. Plenty of reason to cover the plants and bring the pets in overnight. We get a little bit more rain Sunday night, Monday, and then from there we cool down. So make sure you have the nice jackets and the scarves and the gloves and all those kinds of things, because this time of year there's plenty of events going on. I'll have more on that later today with the weekend outlook, but it's a good time to make sure you have the warm gear ready for December weather and winter weather. I think the first calendar day of winter is coming up on Wednesday or Thursday. We're in meteorological winter already. That started December 1st, but at least we finally feel like winter across North Texas. Stay tuned. I'm going to keep watching the horizon for that Christmas time forecast to bring updates as new information is available.